Bung Bung. Welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee, the best modern dark roast this side of Mars, baby. I mean, we're talking South American countries that their whole identity is producing the best coffee in the world. And I chose 4 of those companies, got their beans, bung bung. You know, we got Honduras, Peru, Brazil, Colombia. We've ground all those beans together in this perfect blend with the perfect roast and created the perfect coffee. Okay? Go to bungbungcoffee.com to get some of this goodness delivered straight to your door. Okay? It is effortless, effort-free. Bung Bung Coffee, nectar of the gods, delivered straight to your door. And because you're a Welcome to the Poddy listener, you can get 15% off by entering code PODDY, that's PODDY, for 15% off all orders. Enter PODDY at checkout, PODDY at bungbungcoffee.com. That's BUNG coffee.com. You can also support the show by going to claymcmathcomedy.com. Okay, buy merch, buy tickets to my stand-up. You know, that's how we keep this show rolling. That's how we keep me rolling. Okay, this is my career we're talking about. claymcmathcomedy.com for all my dates, for all the merch. Do what you can. And if you can't afford anything, dude, if you want to come to one of my shows and you can't afford it, DM me at claymcmathcomedy. DM me and I will get you tickets, man. I want you to see my comedy. If you can't afford it, let me know. But also, if you can't afford anything to support the show, share the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's as easy as that, man. That's all you have to do to support us. We love you guys, man. How about we start the show?
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Party.
Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the Joe Biden of podcasting. Yes, because I lost my job this week. Man, what? Joe Biden, man, he pulled out of the presidential race. And maybe he should have started pulling out, decades ago before he, created a crackhead. And that's a mean thing to say. That is a mean thing to say. But F it, bro. This is what we're doing. We're talking that talk. We're here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. It's rough, rugged, and raw. It's live. For me, it's live. My whole life is live for me. We don't really do live streaming yet. All right. But we might have to, because as I said, I'm jobless. I'm unemployed. Well, I'm not unemployed. I'm still a comedian, but now I no longer have a day job. That's right. I'm here telling you guys that I no longer have a day job. So I'm going all in on comedy. This is my chance. I was never going to quit my job. I was never going to quit it. It was too much of a safety net. Life was too easy. Okay? And now I don't have it. Now I've got to go all in. All right? So pause the show, buy some merch. All right? And then play the show again. And maybe even while you're asleep, just play it from the first episode and just let it run. And let's bump the views up and do whatever we got to do, because we got to get some more sponsors on board. I got to move some merch, baby. And buy tickets. If you're in any of the cities that my shows are in, buy tickets, man, because it's all or nothing now, baby. It's all or nothing now. Call me the Joe Biden of jokes, brother. I'm Joke Biden. All right? I'm out here really having to do this, and I love it. Just quietly, this is the best thing that could have happened to me. Okay? I'm okay. You know, did I lose some sleep on the first night? Yeah, because I was nervous. Financially, I was nervous. There goes the regular check that I know exactly how much is coming in my account. There that goes. But guess what? I'm a comedian, baby. I've got a skill set. I'm not getting another day job to prevent me telling jokes about my wiener in a stage full of strangers. In a room full of strangers on stage is what I was trying to say. Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. But for real, buy merch. Man, this old man got COVID, stepped down. But people think he's dead. We don't know if he's alive. Kamala Harris is happier than ever, so maybe he is dead. But I don't think it matters to her whether he's dead or alive. He's already stepped down. Kamala Harris, crazy Kamala, kooky Kamala, you know. Kamala, you know Kamala Anderson. Joe Kamala. Smoking Joe Kamala. Now how didn't we come up with that? Get Joe Biden, make a cigarette packet. Dude, now this is how you win a campaign. You make a cigarette packet, and instead of having Joe Camel on the cigarettes, it's Joe Kamala. Joe Biden running with his VP, Kamala Harris. Bang. Put that on the cigarettes. You got the smokers' vote. Just for making a pun. And that's genius. And that's what I was talking about last time on the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. It's like, yeah, you got to get some soapy tits out there to let people know. And yeah, maybe on the front it's Joe Biden with like looking like a camel, which might look a little bit racist if he looks too much like Jay-Z. But like, then on the back, you got Kamala Harris. Is that her name? In a bikini with soapy tits. And that can even be AI. It doesn't even have to be her real body, just her head, man. Or not even her head, you know, just from the neck down, and it's assumed to be Kamala Harris. Bang. Now you've got the smokers vote and the pervert vote and maybe the black vote. I think that's the three main things, isn't it? The blacks, the perverts, and the smokers. Once you got those three, you're a shoo-in. Lock it in, baby. Because the smokers is basically the white vote. A lot of white people smoke cigarettes, man. And that's not like a stereotype or racist, really. It's just a fact. And it is all unsourced here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, but is it unsourced if it's true?
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, man. I'm here solo dolo this week. Obviously, you can tell by no one else being here, but other than the voices in my head. But Boardman is ill, bro. He's got the same thing Biden got, for real. So prayers up. Although he's not 82 or whatever, so he's going to be just fine. I was texting him this morning. I think I texted him like a meme or something, and he responded. So that means he's okay. If you've got the energy to respond to a meme, you're going to make it. And I think a lot of you should test that with sick people in your life. If you've got a dad that's like old school and he won't tell you when he's sick, like my dad just got surgery the other week, didn't tell me till after. He said he didn't want me to worry. Well, listen, surgery, every day you get older, surgery gets riskier. What if you didn't wake up? You know? Then I'm worried, and you didn't even tell me. Like, I didn't even know. I'm just going to be mad if you pass away, because I'm going to be like, why didn't he tell me he was getting surgery? But that's going to be my first question. Oh, he didn't want you to worry. Okay, well, now look at him. So you got to text. If you got stubborn old school dads, you got to text them a meme and see if they respond to it. And most dads will just respond like okay or a thumbs up. That's really the extent of how they know how to use smartphones, and they think that thumbs up is something special. They think they're doing young people shit when they do that. But that's where we are this week, man. We're just comedians now. We're just comedians now. So I'm really gonna start begging you guys to buy merch, buy tickets, share the show. I need you to do that right now. And with no further ado, I just honestly think we should just get straight into Clay's reviews and do this.
Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes? This segment is Clay's Reviews.
Triple R, man, and this is like an old movie now. It's good when Boardman's here because he can do the Googling for me, but I'll just check what year this came out. It's on Netflix, and it's like, it's not Bollywood because I think it's from a different part of India or India adjacent. So it's like, I think it's called Tollywood, but it doesn't even say Bollywood in the thing, but it says action, adventure, drama. And how long was it? 3 hours and 7 minutes. And honestly, that's okay. It's from 2022. That's the real reason I opened it. And Triple R stands for Rise, Roar, Revolt. And 3 hours and 7 minutes sounds like a long time until you realize how much is fully packed into this movie. And I don't really want to, I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I'm going to have to like briefly cover the whole thing. I'm going to have to tell you how the story plays out and just how much they packed into 3 hours. Because sometimes you watch, what was the last 3 hour I saw? Probably Killers of the Flower Moon with Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Jesse Plemons. And I forget the lady's name. Forgive me. She won all the Golden Globes. But that movie had a lot in it, but it still was kind of long. It was kind of long. But this is a short 3 hours, man. 3 hours and 7 minutes, by the way. They were cooking. They were cooking. And it's enough to really make you want to steer clear of Hollywood from here on out, or from 2022 on out. I watched this when it first came out, and somehow it got by me. Someone just recommended it to me the other day, and I was like, dude, I've already reviewed that. And they were like, I checked the database on claimingmathcomedy.com and Triple R's not in there. And I did all the hashtags and all that, search for it, and I haven't reviewed this. So I'm back here today to review it because I'd love to talk about this movie. I can't believe that I didn't when I first completed it. Is the craziest movie. I think, what might have happened is I might have even told Boardman to watch it, and he didn't have the time, bro. Think about that. 3 hours. 3 hours is almost a whole season of television. Of new television, anyway. These old school television, they used to do 25 episode seasons. Seinfeld, Friends, The OC, dude. Gossip Girl. And those two things are in my mind because Rach is making me sit through them, and you guys know about that. But Triple R is not that. I can tell you that much. It's not Hollywood. It's Bollywood. And it was like a fever dream. It was like a fever dream, bro. I could not, even on the most mind-altering drugs, come up with what these guys came up with. I don't know, I don't know the names of any of these writers. Vijayendra Prasad, S.S. Rajamouli, Sai Madhav Burra. Dude, I don't know them. They're the best writers, though, that I think mankind has ever seen. People like to talk about, Shakespeare, How about S.S. Rajamouli? How about him? Because this is storytelling at its absolute peak. People want to talk about Homer writing the Odyssey. Okay. The Odyssey is just a pattern of the same thing over and over and over again for many, many pages. S.S. Rajamouli not only has different things on different pages, he's got different things on the same page, in the same sentence. It's all happening, bro. This was like Inception, but like on drugs, on serious hardcore drugs. Like, yeah, I'd say heroin, but also like if you put a little bit of acid in your heroin, and then when you're coming out of it, or maybe even you're going into it. So you do some coke first. You go on the utmost high, and while you're peaking, you do heroin, you go straight down. So you got that coke flooding your system as you take the heroin laced with acid. Yeah. That's what S.S. Rajamouli be on. Okay? S.S. Rajamouli is my fucking guy from now on. Okay? This dude really knows how to write. People want to talk about Hunter S. Thompson. What's that? Hunter S. Thompson? What? Jack Kerouac? What are you talking about, bro? We got SS Rajamouli on board. Green light, whatever he's talking about. I don't even want to hear what's in the script. Green light. How much money do you need to make this? Judging on this, maybe $6.5 billion. This shit's budget must have been absolutely just off the chain. Okay? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe these Bollywood actors are, they're still working their 9 to 5s, and I apologize to them if they are. They deserve Bill Gates money. They deserve Elon Musk money. That psycho from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Bezos, Jeff Van Gundy. These guys deserve big checks, dude, because this was crazy. This was crazy. It's really my first exposure to the Bollywood genre. I don't even remember why I watched it. I must have heard about it it must have been a recommendation, or I must have heard about it on a podcast or something. But good God, brother. I mean, the fact that this got put on wax for history, like generations after us are going to see this. Remember the movie Citizen Kane? This is what they're going to be studying. Okay, I think you guys know I'm going to give this a pretty big score. This is absolutely incredible. I've got notes for days here. Okay, and I'm just gonna break down kind of the story from my perspective as I saw it. Okay, so at the very start of the movie, white people, the British, the royals, they're visiting this village, and this little girl, she's drawing on the Queen's hand while singing, and the Queen's like, man, this little girl's got a voice and a pen of gold, man. Like, let's steal her. And then all the white people were like, for sure, let's do that. They put this little girl in the car, take off. The mum is like, no fucking way, I'm going to stop you. One of the soldiers comes out, aims a gun at her head, and the king gets out. He's like, whoa, a bullet is more valuable than her life. And the soldier's like, oh, okay, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Then he picks up a log and bashes this bitch's brains in, okay? This is how the movie begins, okay? This is how the movie begins. And when it first starts, like the first 5 seconds, and this little girl's singing a song while drawing on a white lady's hand, your eyes are rolling. But then another 2.5 minutes, there is a woman who has had her brains bashed out with the limb of a tree. We're off. We are off to the races. This is the Melbourne Cup, but no horses were harmed in the making of this film. But maybe they were, because I don't know if Bollywood has the same, like rules and regulations as Hollywood. Hollywood don't hurt animals when they make films. They just rape women and children. Was that dark? Anyway, we then cut to like a police station in the middle of the desert, and it's just surrounded by the city. Like, I'm talking like millions, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And they're like shaking the gates and stuff, and someone uses a slingshot. Rock comes in and hits a picture of the governor, smashing the glass. And then like the head of the police is like, just says like, someone arrest that man. This is when we meet Rama, one of our heroes. And he jumps the gate, literally jumps it, a 20-foot gate. He jumps it. Okay. This is what we're watching, bro. We're not constrained by the cuffs, by the chains of reality. Okay. We're using imagination. We're not just making fucking What's Eating Gilbert Grape Part 3. Okay. We're not just making sequels here. We're like, let's do something original. This nigga's going to jump a fence. He jumps the fence, takes on the whole city with a baton. okay? And I've experienced a baton before. They hurt, but maybe 2-3 guys can stop a man with a baton, okay? This dude takes a whole city down, goes, arrests the guy, comes back. Doesn't get a promotion afterwards, and he freaks out. Has a full mental breakdown, okay? And I can, this dude just didn't get a promotion. I lost my job this week, and I was pretty calm about it. I was actually mad calm about it because it's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. Because like you've got in the back of your head, you're like, I should quit my job and really have a crack at comedy here. But then it's like, if it doesn't work out, what have I just done to my family? But this is like, you don't have a choice, motherfucker. You're fired. Here's the gift of following your dream. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Right? We move away from this scene to another scene where we get introduced to Beam, our other hero. And we go to this scene where like this messenger from the village is speaking to this British dude, and he's like, look, in a situation like this where a girl has been stolen from our village, we're peaceful people. We just want to be together and out of harm's way. We're not trying to have beef. But if you don't give her back, we're going to send our most fierce warrior. And the British dude is like, shit, send that nigga. All right? And then we cut to this dude bathing himself. You know, it's mad homoerotic. He's bathing himself, setting up a trap because he's trying to catch a wolf. But his trap lures not only a wolf, but a tiger as well. This motherfucker tames the tiger, catches the tiger. No sweat. It's easy. And that shows how fierce this motherfucker Beam really is. Then we go to another scene where the Brits, they're holding this meeting and they're like, I bet. Sounds like they're sending this motherfucker Beam to come get this girl. Whoever gets him gets a promotion. And what's his name? Rama's like, I bet. I'm going to go get him. I promise you. And they're like, do it then. All right? Less talk, more walk. I want to see some action. Let's go. Bang, bang. So these two are out in the streets, you know, doing research, doing some recon, trying to figure out where to go next. Where's, you know, how am I going to get in there? How am I going to find this dude? I don't even know what he looks like. How am I going to find this girl? How am I going to get access to the palace or whatever? They're looking around. As they're exploring the city, what happens? They see a boy in a burning river. Yes, a burning body of water. This is what we're talking about, folks. Inexplicable burning water. There's a kid trapped in it. These motherfuckers see each other from opposite sides of the river and they make a plan with each other through hand motions. They're too far away to yell to each other. So they're doing hands, no home loans, to figure this out. And this is called foreshadowing. They're on opposite sides of the river, opposing sides. They are on opposing sides and they unite. They unite to save this little boy, right? Opposing sides uniting. And it's actually a little girl that's going to end up being saved later in the film. And that's, foreshadowing is important in filmmaking, and they did that without batting an eyelid. That shit was light. And then after saving this boy, the bromance gets incredible. They're dancing around trains and shit. It's wild. It's mad gay, but like, it's mad like wholesome. Have I danced with a man next to a moving train before? No, not really. Maybe like a sway side to side or whatever, but not a full like song and dance. These motherfuckers were really getting after it, dude, and that's cool. I'm down with it. This is like one of the best movies ever. Like I said, this is Citizen Kane, man. Like we can throw Citizen Kane in the bin after this. This shit is crazy. Okay? these two are such good friends, man, that they're like inviting each other to weddings and shit. Like no home loans though. Like one of them meets a girl who ends up being like the cousin of the prince of the queen or whatever. And he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get, romantic with this bitch. Once I bang her, she'll let me in the palace, and that's what happened. She invited him to the wedding. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get my friend to come, which is a wild move, but like, if you're the baddest motherfucker in history, like that's probably not that wild a move. Like if you're gonna tame a tiger, you can tame a bitch, I'm sure. I'm just this motherfucker Beam is a bad motherfucker. That's all I'm trying to say. Turns out these dudes want to get jiggy at the wedding. They want to have a dance battle. The British want to have a dance battle with the Indians, and these Indians dance so hard, dude, that the British actually end up falling over and hitting the deck in slow motion, like they've been shot at the Battle of Gallipoli or the beaches of Normandy. These dudes hit the deck slow-mo, hair getting dusty. And these dudes are just dancing, man. It's the most hectic song and dance you've ever seen. It won the Oscar, obviously, for like best original song in a feature-length film or something, whatever the pretentious names of these awards are. But yeah, this won the award, man, for best song ever written. Okay, it was crazy. After the during the wedding, this dude, because it's in the palace, so this dude Beam, he starts scoping the place out. He's going for walks. He finds the girl. He's like, look, I can't save you today, but I'm going to save you. I'm coming back for you. Believe that. And the girl's like, all right, bet. Bring me some snacks or whatever when you save me, because they're treating me like garbage. Look at me. I'm behind bars. They've locked me up because I can sing good, and my pen's mad sharp. And he's like, yeah, I get it. I'm coming back. And yeah, so he plans his attack. He goes out and plans the attack. I'll skip a little bit here. And then when he comes back, he basically discovers that Rama has found out his true identity and is actually hunting him down. And now that he knows his identity, he's like, hey, I can't let you do this. So they have a full-on fight in like the front yard of this palace. But Beam has brought an army with him. Oh, an army of men, Clay? Nah, bitch. Nah. An army of fucking zoo animals. I swear to God, dude. Sensational. I swear to God. An army of zoo animals, man. And they get busy. And they get so busy that Rama ends up catching Beam, and he's like, look, they're going to shoot her if you keep going. You got to surrender. Beam surrenders. All right. And that is an important moment where basically after this, it's all spoilers. All right, so Beam surrenders, and we get the whole backstory on Rama. And we don't get backstories on characters. This is what I was talking about last week with Snowpiercer. I didn't give a fuck about anyone in that movie. And then you sit down, you watch RRR, and it's like, whatever happens to anyone, I'm fully invested, and I'm not going to be able to handle it without, a couple swigs of a beer and, wash that down with thirst trap spring water. The best and most sustainable spring water in Australia. So it gets pretty hectic. It gets pretty hectic as how much love you end up having for these people, because they go back, they talk about Rama, and they're at the village learning about how to shoot, because they want to take over the Imperial force, the British Imperial force or whatever. Rama's a kid in this flashback. Rama's dad's leading them and teaching them how to use the guns, but they're doing it with wooden guns because the value of the bullet, there's not enough bullets. The value of the bullet, we can't use bullets while we're training. One night, Rama gets up, goes, shoots a target with a bullet. Perfect bullseye. His dad's pissed, but then he sees the shot and he's like, damn, this kid can shoot. The Imperial forces come, take over the village, kill the other brother and the mother, And then Rama's dad, goes up to stop him. Rama has to kill his own dad. Rama's dad's fully loaded, man. He's in a suicide vest basically, but it doesn't have a detonator. And he tells his son to shoot him. His dad explodes his dad and the whole imperial force. And then he decides that his life's mission is that he will not return to his village until he returns with enough guns for every hand, which is noble. But now you're like, this is why this motherfucker was freaking out when he didn't get that promotion. This is why he wants a promotion so bad, to get in charge of the weaponry. Okay? So, we go back to present time, and Rama has to flog Beam publicly. And I mean, the whip has nails going through it and all time. And they don't put foul shit like this in movies in Hollywood. Only Bollywood would do this. And he's supposed to kneel. Beam's supposed to kneel, and then he'll stop getting flogged. He refuses to kneel whilst singing a song. Is that how you say whilst? Is that how you use it? I don't know. I like to use the word while. But he sings a song while getting flogged, man. He refuses to kneel, and this inspires the people to uprise, and they're like, yes, let's go, and they start attacking the imperial force. And then Rama picks up Beam and gets him out of there, whatever. Absolute psycho shit, man. Rama ends up getting the guilts on, and because they were best friends, they became best friends after saving a kid's life and then banging on a train or whatever. And so he feels guilty, lets him go. Okay, it starts to get a little bit confusing here. Rama gets caught letting Beam go, then he gets tortured and captured and all this shit. And then while Rama's out completing I'm getting the names all mixed up. While Beam's out completing his mission, he finds out Rama's situation, which is the situation that I just told you before, and he goes back to save him. Because he's like, dude, I'm out here saving one little girl, not even a fully grown girl, just a young girl, and this dude wants to save an entire village and or country? The fuck is my purpose? What's my cause? I'm small money. I'm trying to get that big money. I want to see some soapy tits. I want to drive a Range Rover. So he goes back to get him. When he goes and gets him, obviously he's successful. Rama can't even walk. He's been tortured so much he can't walk. So no word of a lie, dude. You're not going to believe this, but I promise you, I couldn't come up with this shit by myself. Puts him on his back and piggybacks this nigga out of there with 2 gats. And he's ka. These are rifles too, by the way. He's using rifles as pistols. Pop, 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 pop. As they run through there. This motherfucker's charging through. Man, like I said, we're talking about a dude that got into a battle with a tiger and a wolf. So yeah, he can give a grown man, a non-homosexual piggyback. Okay? And the only time a piggyback's not gay is if the dude getting piggyback is wielding akimbo rifles. Okay? And just all right? That's how you do the straightest piggyback of all time. So basically, obviously, 2 men defeat the whole entire British force. They ride a burning motorbike and they guide it, ghost ride the whip into the storeroom of all the guns. But before the whole fucking room blows up, Rama, who can now walk again, manages to save a bunch of guns that he can take back to the village, and they save the girl. They've both set out what they wanted to do. They've maintained friendship, and they've got a new cause, which is basically just fuck the British, dude, which is almost everybody's cause anyway. This is fully relatable. Everyone can relate to this. And we're in Australia. I'm in Australia anyway, where I am, and yeah, dude, it's just like it's elite levels of just I don't know. Actually, no. People love the royal family, man. They tuned into the wedding and everything. No one gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck, and my friends don't give a fuck. But women give a fuck, man. They care about it. I think people cried when the Queen died. And I was like, my first thought was, do I still get my public holiday for her birthday? And also, am I going to get another one for her death day? And I did, but only for that year. So shout out to her for carking it, I guess. But yeah, dude, the king tries to stop him, and right before Rama shoots him, he tells him the value of a bullet. You know, this bullet is more valuable than your life. Cacao. Popped him. And that's not even a review. That is a recap. Now, need I say more? The first thing is that you're watching it in a different language, so you don't pick up the tone and the cadence. So you can't even tell if they're bad actors. So it's all good acting, right? So if you watch Australian or American or English, you can kind of see, like, you can feel it when someone's acting so hard. And it's one of the most awkward, embarrassing feelings, man. I get mad embarrassed for people who are acting too hard. So that's one good thing about watching this. I had the subtitles on, so I was just reading it and watching it at the same time. So all the acting felt fire, and also their facial expressions, and sometimes they acted hell over the top for not getting a promotion. Like, absolutely, Ramo lost his cool, dude. And some people love promotions and hate not getting them, but maybe next year, maybe next year. You got to hit all your KPIs, I guess he did. That's the thing. He arrested the first dude, and then he that was the only one and he didn't get it. But then he apprehended Beam, and he got it. He got that promotion and started acting out of pocket. But the acting was lit. The CGI was lit. The story was off the chain, dude. Obviously, you just heard it. You just heard the story. It's just impossible to relate to. That's all. Some people can relate to hating the British, especially Indians. Indians would have loved this. Whoever else the British have invaded. I'm not good at world history. I'm not even good at local history, really. But anyone that hates the British would love this. Anyone that has had a bromance before, anyone's been deceived before, anyone who's read the Odyssey, the Odyssey's getting a lot of play in this episode of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, but this is the Odyssey, but much spicier. And I mean spicy in terms of, like, we're in India, so we're not cooking with, salt and pepper and lamb and Greek yogurt. We are cooking with turmeric, okay, paprika on occasion. Cardamom, ground cardamom. Did I say cumin? Did I say ground coriander? Did I say just straight up leaves, putting leaves of curry leaves inside a dish and then pulling them out before you eat it, and a cinnamon stick? This is the type of spice that we're talking about. Like, the Odyssey is literally just like lamb on a spit, and Triple R is like lamb Rogan Josh. Put it that way. Vindaloo even is that spicy. They put straight up chili in there, and yeah, that's maybe the best review I could give it. Is if the Odyssey is a lamb gyros, Triple R is lamb vindaloo or lamb rogan josh or lamb madras. Just mad Indian flavors on top of the Odyssey. The deception of women, comes up, or just deception in general, or the deception of loved ones, mainly in this movie, a friend who is almost a boyfriend, but you keep expecting it to happen, but it doesn't because they keep appearing to be straight, but you have to keep questioning it, don't you? I've just never danced this hard with a man before, except at Jay's wedding a few months ago. I did dance with the boys pretty hard that night. I came home with a sore knee, and it actually kind of keeps swelling up ever since that wedding. So was it golf or was it the dancing? I blame the dancing, and that's why I could relate to this movie a little bit, I suppose. But it's hard to relate to, and that's probably just because they had, but maybe in India their imaginations are so crazy, so dope that they can relate to it better than we can, and it's easier for them to watch. For me, I was seeing shit that I could not even imagine, and like I said, it felt like I was in a fever dream, but it was a feeling that I liked. So yeah, if you watch this, maybe you get hooked on drugs, which that can be bad, that can be a problem. But I didn't get hooked on drugs after this, but I got hooked on Bollywood. And you will too. That's why this movie gets a 9 out of 10. A 9! A lot of people are going to watch this and disagree with me, but if you make me, now I've got a craving for a whole genre of film, Bollywood, I want to only watch Bollywood now, then yeah, it's a 9. That's what you did to me. It's the most creative thing I've ever seen. We are talking about one of the most famous pieces of writing, the Odyssey, and putting spice on it. Okay, that's a W, baby. That's a W. 9 out of 10 for Triple R. You know what it is. Welcome to the Poddy on everything. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Buy merch, buy tickets. I have not got a day job anymore. This is me. This is what I do now. So I need you guys to support it. Hit the share button before you log off. All right. I love you guys. Don't forget to love a friend. To love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.